a In the Paint show on Spreaker.com. So we have so much stuff here. We've been all over the place, not knowing what to do. Here, it's on YouTube, it's here on Spreaker, and Google Hangout. You'll get your opportunity to come talk and ask questions about the NBA. So please, if you get the opportunity to see this, go right ahead and give it a try. Tell us what you think. And getting things started here, I want to show you guys this video. Let me see if I can show you guys here. Jason Kidd and the Brooklyn Nets leaving early. Now, I don't know if Jordan, did you see this?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know what they were. I mean, I understand that they thought the game was over, but that's just lack of energy. I don't think they care anymore. I think they're really at the point where they don't really care what happens. Whether it's 2 cents of a second or whether it's over. All they see is a loss.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just so bad. They got clobbered by San Antonio, and now I don't even know. I mean, with the timeout gate, there was the spilling the drink gate, and now this. So Brooklyn, I mean, the two boroughs aren't doing well. So when the two boroughs aren't doing well, the whole basketball world goes crazy. And it's been showing so far here in the early going of the season. So while I have no idea how to do the YouTube on here, I'm just gonna, let's just keep things going. You can chat on here. You can give us a question and answer. You can be a part of the broadcast here. All you have to do is click join, and you're on the broadcast. So go right ahead if you have any questions or comments. But first, we did go over a little bit of the Jason Kidd thing, but I want to go over something really interesting. Andre Miller getting angry at Brian Shaw in front of 18,000 in the arena, yelling and screaming at Shaw because Miller is mad about not getting enough playing time. And it's been really bad over there in Denver. Brian Shaw says he takes the blame, but I mean, obviously he's taking the blame from Andre Miller from all the yelling. Do you think it's Miller's fault or Shaw's fault that the Nuggets have been playing so poorly?
I don't think it's Miller's fault at all. I think the Nuggets were getting outplayed. Like, I saw the highlights from the Philly game last night in Denver. They just got outplayed. Philly was just knocking down all their shots. I mean, I don't think Andre Miller made enough difference. They would have won the game because, he was just a role player. But I don't think he has a right to get mad at Shaw, because I know they're all trying to get through this process together. And I don't think if you're a team who's struggling every last week, yelling at each other and getting suspended, please come back, some type of way. This is a tough situation. I don't think Andre Miller had any right to yelling at his own coach like that. I mean, I know some Andre Miller. Come on, Andre Miller. Not like it's LeBron or Kobe or Chris Paul yelling at coach. Andre Miller, he doesn't have any. I'm glad he's suspended. He deserves to be suspended.
Yeah, Andre Miller, he's been a journeyman in the NBA. He's been a good, solid player. I mean, he's had some good moments, especially in Portland when he would just back people down and do a bunch of jump hooks against mini point guards. He's a big body in the paint. Even though he's a point guard, he's got no three-point jumper. talks a lot of smack, but he's got the mid-range game, so a lot of credit goes to Andre Miller for having a great career, but it's uncalled for, in my opinion, for calling out Brian Shaw. Really, he's a young coach. It's his first time.
Give him a chance.
Exactly. I think that Brian Shaw needs to get the opportunity to have free range, and he's not because the veterans are yelling. He's just getting attacked by everyone. Give the guy a chance. It's his first head coaching job. He's been a long-time assistant, and now he's getting an opportunity of a lifetime. So let him fulfill that. I mean, it's crazy how you get some of these coaches who really have a lot of talent, but the circumstances around them are the reason why they get fired. And I do not want to see that with Brian Shaw.
Yeah, me neither. Cameron, did you see my comment on the chat?
Oh, yeah. Rondo. I have my Celtics jersey on right now. But, yeah. Rondo getting close to a Celtics return. They are in a good spot right now, considering how bad the Eastern Conference is. I mean, the way it seems like they might even win a playoff round. They might. Well, let's just think about it. Okay.
No.
Toronto. Go ahead.
Toronto's decent.
Okay. Well, Dwayne Casey got the Coach of the Month, I think.
For December.
Yeah. You talk smack on Dwayne Casey all the time. I feel bad for him.
Oh my gosh. He's in an ideal situation. How do you feel bad for him?
Well, because everybody, when Rudy Gay was on Toronto, they would say, "Oh, it's Dwayne Casey's fault." But
Rudy Gay's fault, I think. I think Rudy Gay was not the weak link, but he brought him down because he took so many shots and he missed so many. Now you got Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan running the show. I think that's a really good situation for them.
You know what would just be horrible for the Raptors if they brought on Omer Asik? Let's look at the locker room problems they've had over the past, and now if you bring Asik, but you look at the East. Okay, Charlotte, they have some flaws. McBoberts can't drain a ton of threes.
Roberts thinks he's a guard.
I know he'll pull up for a three on a 2-on-1 break. I mean, who knows if McBoberts would do that? But you've got Jefferson in Charlotte. Detroit has identity issues. So where is the middle? And I think one of the more consistent teams is Boston. You know what you're going to get out from them. A tough-minded, defensive-coached Brad Stevens team.
I mean, I think the thing about Boston is that if, teams like Charlotte, Detroit, Washington, and even Toronto, if they do keep it up, Boston's got a lot of teams right behind them that are gunning for them. They got Chicago. And Taj Gibson said he thinks that we're going to make the playoffs because the East is so horrible.
Cleveland won't catch up.
You don't think? I think Cleveland could catch up because we all know about heard about the Pau Gasol for Bynum talk, but the thing for that is the Lakers would have to get someone more than Bynum. They'd have to get another player or another pick. And I think if that trade does go down, which I hope it doesn't, because I don't really like Bynum.
You don't anymore? I thought you loved him.
I like him as in the Lakers, but now it's just I don't know. I realize why we got rid of him because he does have some attitude problems. Not DeMarcus Cousins type attitude problems, but I mean
the one let's compare. Let's compare right now.
Technical. DeMarcus gets technicals and he yells at his players and
That's different. I'll tell you why it's different.
What's different?
Okay, the difference between Andrew Bynum's tempers and DeMarcus Cousins' tempers is that I don't think Bynum Bynum comes in with the mindset of a certain type of cockiness that comes across as I'm the best and I don't need to really work as hard. Doesn't it come across that way? While as DeMarcus, it's just more retaliation. I'd rather take the retaliation guy than the guy who may not be as motivated and just pump out his chest and say, I'm better than all of you and all of you are terrible. That's
Yeah,
why I like DeMarcus more. I like DeMarcus. If he just gets a mentor, he'll be back on track.
Hey, they got Shaq there.
Shaq just says, throw elbows into people's mouths. It just doesn't work that way. It'll never work. Shaq thinks he's philosophical, but he really isn't.
Yeah,
And he's a minority owner, so he can't, he's got to jumble all these things, TNT, shooting Chinese beer commercials. He just can't keep up to help out DeMarcus.
Yeah, true. I'd definitely rather have DeMarcus because, yeah, DeMarcus you can fix what he does. Like, you can tell, I see the games, someone gets a cheap shot on him or something the refs don't see, and the next thing you know, boop, tee up DeMarcus, goes to the bench, doesn't come back to the fourth quarter. But that could be fixed. You can just, and I see it getting fixed currently. I see him kind of calm down and, realize how important he is to the community. But Andrew Bynum, we know he can play on court, and we know off court he kind of has off court issues. I think Marcus's on court issue, his on court issues are something that can be fixed. He doesn't have anything off court.
Yeah.
Bynum, yeah, I agree. I think he comes with a cockiness that, and I think he just rubs coaches the wrong way. Like, I can do whatever I want. I'm the best player. I can pull up from three.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't want to even talk. It feels painful just to hear anything that you say about the Lakers.
And
it's been like a nightmare year. I can't blame you.
2 in a row to the 2 worst teams in the league, Philadelphia and Milwaukee. It's just, this is worse than last season, honestly.
Last season wasn't even that bad. They still made the playoffs. It was just the Dwight injury.
The Dwight, yeah. Well, they were saying, last season, all the fighting between Kobe and Dwight, the fighting between Pau Gasol and Tony.
I thought both. We could just talk about that for years on end. I mean, that's like talking about Shaq and Kobe, or going in that direction. But yeah, I just thought last year for the Lakers. First of all, they just couldn't get back on defense. That was problem number one. But the Dwight injury, Nash, on the backside of his career, Kobe trying to carry the load offensively and taking a ton of more shots than he would accustomedly take. And then, that's just what I saw last year. But I think this year, it's just a bunch of expiring contracts right now.
Okay, yeah, a lot of non-guaranteed. That's why I said they look kind of like Mavericks. A lot of guys on 1-year deals, and then Mavericks, they lose a lot of those guys. They lost Brand, Mayo, and a couple other guys, but now they rebuild, and I think they're pretty dangerous in the playoffs. I wouldn't want to face the Mavericks in the first round.
I don't know about that. You really think so?
I mean, they have more. Okay, who would you not rather face, the Timberwolves or the Mavericks?
Timberwolves. Okay, look at the Timberwolves and okay, what does Dallas do better than Minnesota?
I think they're a better shooting team because other than Martin and Love, they can't really shoot the basketball. Rubio has no shot outside of a layup.
But I feel like over time, Dallas would get beat up inside by Pekovic and Love.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that. But if Monte's hot.